All right, I'm back. Pay no attention to all that mess. That's just that's a future project. Anyhow, so I'm getting close to being ready to start torquing nuts and stuff and putting this Grandpa's R back together. And I got this old torque wrench. It's a Durachrome. I've owned it for probably 30 years. Bought it at an auction. I don't know, paid 20, 30 bucks for it, something like that. Anyway, in some of the stuff I've been reading, a precision instrument, but how do you know it's accurate? I spent a lot of years working in factories doing quality engineering, automotive factories doing quality engineering work, and we had torque wrenches and stuff, and we actually had one gal that, that was her job, was just taking the torque wrenches off the floor, bring them in the lab, put them in the machine, and it was fancy. It had a hand crank and stuff on it. Anyway, I don't have that. What I got's math. And math says so many inches, so many pounds. That's inch pounds. Divide that by 12, each foot pounds. Set your torque wrench. I'm going to put it in my handy dandy device here to hold it. Anyway, you do the math. If whatever you set the torque wrench at, if you hang that much weight at that distance, it should, it's a clicker type torque wrench, it should click. You adjust the torque wrench up just a little bit, like a pound or two, depending on how accurate you want to be. Hang that same weight, and it should not click. Anyway, on Grandpa's R, over there, 60 foot-pounds is like the heaviest I got a torque. So go ahead and, where's the 60? Oh boy. It's rough getting old when you can't see stuff anymore. So there's 50. Getting close. So that right there is set at 60 foot-pounds. And the math says that like that vice handle right there. Anyway, the math says that at 60 foot-pounds, at 18 inches out, I need to hang 40 pounds. So, over here, you can't see it, but I got a rope. I've got 40 pounds. And I've already done this test, so I know about where we need to be. I've done the measurements. About right in there on the handle is a click. Click. Make sure I might be a quarter of an inch too far away. Move it just a little further. Still clicks. All right, so let's take that off of there. Get my handy dandy Phillips. This particular torque wrench actually has a locking ring, so you can set it and lock it down. Let's go. One more pound. Lock it down. And I can't remember when I tested this. Yeah, if it's 61 pounds, this weight actually clicks it or not. Oh, that's loud. Anyhow, That's about the 18 inches. No click. Make sure I'm where I'm at. Need to be. That could be too a little bit. Well, I'm actually right where I need to be. Click. One little finger. Don't lift up. Let down. No click. I'm kind of impressed. Ow. Cramping the arm there. Oh, it clicked. What happened? Huh. That is at like 18 1/8 of an inch. And the mass doesn't need to be at 18. And at basically 18, no click. But, little finger, really big pinky finger. So, I'm not a certified lab for testing sensitive instruments, but I think for the sake of argument, working on Grandpa's old 1953 Minneapolis Moline R tractor, this bad boy right here, 30-some years old, is probably accurate enough to torque the heads and the rod bolts. So, I also recently learned that there's a unique feature on my camera that I should be able to go over here and hit. Let's see, where is it? That button right there. Yeah, so anyway, I figured out this fancy video camera thing here I'm using. Actually has a pause button while I'm videotaping, so I can hit pause, back away from what I'm doing, reset, and hit the button again and go and continue on without having to edit. And I am horrible at editing. Anyway, I got this whole stack of manuals in my 3-ring binder. We're going to go to the MM Dealer Service Manual S135. That's the field service manual for the R. The reason we're going to it's R, Z's, ZAs, ZTs. Engines are all basically the same. Let's see. What I'm really looking for is I don't think that's what I want on that page. Maybe. I don't know. Ah, yes, it is. Kind of the page I was looking for. So, if this will, you know what? I'm gonna use that pause button again. All right, so I hit the pause button so I can actually take the manual out of the binder, so I can get the lay flat. Tightening the cylinder head. I don't know if this will show up or not. Hopefully it will. But there's a definite sequence on how you want to torque down the heads on these motors. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, whatever it is. So I'm gonna have this out here in the garage while I work on tightening down that head. And what's interesting, I found this while I was working on this deal, is there's no torque specs given in this. But I also found somewhere, boy. I might be too far into it. Trying to turn pages and hold the camera and stuff all with engine reassembly. Ah, here we go. I found this interesting. In the same manual, further back in, when they redo the engine, we have another installing cylinder head diagram with the head torquing sequence. And if you remember the last one, it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever it was. Now on this one, they're saying 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So in the same book, they had one where you started here in the middle of the split block and go outward, alternating. This one, you're starting in the center of each separate block and working your way outward from that. Here's the torque spec that they gave. Tighten all the cylinder block stud nuts securely. Oh, that's the cylinder block nuts. That's not real. Somewhere I read that was basically, that was a torque. Just tighten it securely. Just crank it down, it'll be fine. Anyway, got lots of manuals. You guys out there working on these old tractors, if you don't have a manual, man, 20, 30, 40 bucks. eBay, tractor shows, lots of places you can get these old original manuals. So I'm going back to here, get back to this one, because I think this is the one I'm going to use. I think because that's going to spread the torque over the head. I don't know. I may start with this one with a low torque, go to the other one for a medium torque, and then do the final torque on this pattern. I think is probably what I'm going to do. So we'll start 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever on this, working here from the middle, working out, and then we'll go. Some of the people in my neighborhood, I swear. And then we'll start here in the middle of the blocks, going out, evenly, and then we'll come back and start here and go back out. And then once the old head is torqued down to the blocks, we'll be able to put the nuts on. I'll be able to get finished cleaning up the rocker arms that are still soaking in gas that I haven't touched since the last, I don't know, 2 or 3 videos ago. Get all that done. Let's get the rockers in, get the manifold on, get the rocker plates on, get the rod bolts torqued up and tightened down. Somewhere around here. Might be in the house. We get all that done, and we can get the water pump put back on, and we'll just slowly sneak up on putting it all back together. Oh, it must be in the house. I took some time at lunch yesterday. Stopped by the local Harbor Freight and bought a set of safety wire pliers and some wire, so we can get some safety wire on these things instead of the old baling wire that I put on it 20 years ago when yeah. Anyway. This is probably one of the longest videos I think I've made on this project. But there it is in all its glory. I hope to have it purring again. Even if I don't work it hard, I want it to run good enough that if I want to crawl on it and fire it up, I can go. But eventually, I do think I'm going to have to replace the tires that my grandfather put on this thing, because they are definitely showing some age. And I don't know if I can see, there's a ladder in the way. Oh no, we can see it right there. You see that on the rim right there. There's definitely some rot going on this rim. I think the other one, we may have already broke it down 10, 15, 20 years ago and did a bunch of welding on it, I think. But it's over there against the shelf full of other stuff, so I can't get to it to see it. But anyway, that's where I'm at right now. I think I'm gonna get the torque wrench set at maybe like 30 psi, or not PSI, 30 foot-pounds. And then start in on the head bolts. And I don't think I'm going to video any of that because nobody wants to watch a guy just tightening his nuts. Anyway, I'll be back.